Hey guys, how's it going? Matt here with another conversation. I'm just rattling them off. You guys don't realize it because they're probably spaced out farther, but we are just rattling these things off. I am guessing by the time that I put this out there, Biden is the President of the United States. Kinda told you. He certainly didn't win by the margin I thought he would, and that's sort of disappointing for me. Hello. And yeah, hello. So yeah, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, America. I'm frustrated. Things that seem so obvious to me, how corrupt and dangerous this guy is, seem to be coming to fruition. He's just said that you need to stop counting votes, and in other places you need to count more votes. And Michigan has been flip-flopping, and it's way too close. And that is a dangerous place to be. We're certainly not, as Americans, making a conscious decision to say we are going to refute the craziness of the last 4 years. We have not done that. There are large populations out there in America who agree with the chaos, that agree with what's been happening for the past 4 years, and we are just living on different planets. So it's very sad that we are so divided. Hello. 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 你多大? 你多大? 6. 6? You're 7. Wow. 我的女儿是4岁. Bye bye. Cute kids. Anyways, this is a really popular wall, actually. It's the old wall that surrounds Xi'an. And tomorrow they're actually going to have a marathon. They're going to have 20,000 people running on this wall. Hello. This wall is going to be full of 20,000 people running up and down the wall. They have contained this virus. They've contained the situation. People can live a very normal life here. I wish that I could say the same for America. I know, actually, a lot of people in America can live very normal lives, despite the fact that 100,000 people are contracting COVID and everything. But this is all very much due to the management of Trump, and I don't know how people can vote against that. Is your pocketbook worth more in a stock market temporary situation than the long-lasting complications of having to survive with the pandemic instead of without a pandemic? China right now is existing without a pandemic. I don't have to wear a mask, I can travel freely, and life is very normal. But there's a large population of people in USA that have bought onto this thing that either the virus is not dangerous, that it's unbeatable, which is not true, or any manner of crazy suggestion. We'll talk more about this, but I kind of want to show you a little bit first. We'll talk about bikes, and we'll talk about the election. We'll do this together. This is a Hongqi. It's a brand of old Chinese bicycle. People used to ride this around. Very heavy frame. You could tour around. No suspension. No suspension. This is a pagoda, actually, on the wall, and they have this exhibition of bikes. So we can look at bikes and talk about the election. I think that might be fun. Fun for me, at least. Hopefully fun for you. Hello. So anyways, Biden is the president. Not by much. And because of that, it's not over, guys. In fact, it's just getting started. Donald Trump has already sent off his salvo of deflection and blaming and conspiracy, and all he is doing is destroying the country for his own sake. Now, Biden is not going to destroy America. Okay? From whatever you've heard, he is not going to destroy America. And if you lose an election and the millions of people have voted for the other guy, do you feel like you need to fight in order to win at the which could cause your country a lot of trouble? Or are you just going to take the loss, be a big man, and gracefully transfer power? I think what we're seeing here is a culmination of how horrible a person this Donald Trump is. I think that America is in store for a very, very difficult 70 plus days until the inauguration, and it makes me very sad. There's an integrity that a president should have, and Donald Trump has never had it. From blaming to joking to making things performative instead of serious, he has been entertainment, and people seem to feel like entertainment can supersede integrity. I would much rather have a boring president that does his job than an entertainer that makes me laugh. That's not the objective. So my prediction here is that America is in store for a very, very hard time. The strength of our representative democracy, of our republic, are going to be tested. They have been tested, and they have been failing. Science has given way to conspiracy. Common sense has given way to social media. And it's honestly baffling to me. I live in China, have been for the last 10 plus years, but I bounce back and forth to America. My family is there. I love them very much. I love my country very much. I hate what it's becoming. I always felt like the rivalry between China and America was healthy, and that we're competitors. China and America have a healthy competition, and that's fine. But things have been perverted. Things have gone crazy. Hello. And I don't honestly know where it's going to go. I see big problems ahead. Okay, here we go. This is a Phoenix manganese steel. Manganese steel was very rare and mainly used in aviation supplies. Okay, such a bicycle at that time is equivalent to a Benz or a BMW. That's pretty cool. Now we're going to get in some older bikes over here as we cruise along. Anyways, I think eventually Biden, I don't know when I'm going to get this out, but oh, look at this bike. Oh boy. This is a Perry Mishoff. Perry Mishoff invented the tricycle. Hello.
Hello. 这个我也会骑嘛，这个
Invented a tricycle with front-wheel drive. That's kind of cool. This is kind of like my truck. Trike. This is just like my trike. Front-wheel drive. Certainly not as comfortable though. Let's see what else they got here. Then we'll continue. These kids are cute. This is Andreas. Wooden hobby horse. Looks like a crossbow. Looks like a crossbow. And then we have the penny farthing design. Yeah, these aren't Chinese. These are actually bikes from around the world. That's kind of interesting. Hello. Hello. Very, very cool. All right, let's move on. Basically, the margin that Biden won by doesn't give him as strong a mandate to get done what needs to get done and to kind of take control of the country and make decisions that everybody's going to listen to. It shows that so much of the country had bought into Donald Trump's shit show that they will be very hard to do the things that are necessary to A, control the virus, B, enact regulations and things that have been disassembled that could help us in our battle against climate change and to improve our environment, and then also to improve our relationships with other countries like China and different parts of the world. Hello. Now, I don't know about Biden's record with China. I think the future of China relations with regards to America is going to continue to be very rocky. But at the very least, it's not going to be throwing piles of shit at things just for the sake of doing so or for the sake of ratings. For example, I feel that tariffs are very necessary. Trade is imbalanced and maybe needs to be adjusted. I want to see American workers rewarded properly for their work, and I want to see the American system support the American worker. I think that there's probably an unfair balance with that with regards to China. And I think that knowledgeable economists and knowledgeable people in government are needed to make decisions that will benefit all sides. I think China is prepared for things to equal as well. But throwing out huge tariffs via Twitter rants and the chaotic way that policies were enacted under the last administration need to be reformed and controlled, because they just were too reactionary instead of well thought out policies. This place is very cool. This area is like a sort of a bar food street. Very, very nice when you get down from the wall here. Very cool. I'm gonna make a bit of a conspiracy. I don't believe this, but I could believe it if it came true. Everybody talks about how Russia and some parties have the ability to control the voting system of America. There's that conspiracy, and a lot of those things are valid. I think that they can control some media elements, and they can guide the ideas and thoughts of a lot of innocent and maybe ignorant Americans to believe all manner of things. There's a thing called guerrilla marketing. I read a book about it. And it's a technique for how to promote products in a cheaper way. And the basis on guerrilla marketing is repetition, repetition, repetition. If you repeat a message more than 15 times, it sort of becomes part of your subconscious. So if you can pollute the minds of Americans with crazy theories about any manner of thing in enough ways, in enough platforms, repeated over and over, they'll start to believe it. Subconsciously they'll start to believe it, whether they want to or not. And I think that's one of the problems with social media's prevalence these days, is that it's sort of a double-edged sword. One way you can see my life in China, you can see how China looks, you can see what my stories are on the ground here, but in the other ways you can see contrived stories, fake information, and it's in such a convincing way over and over and over that you start to believe it. And I think a lot of America is caught up in these beliefs, and it's just perverted common sense. And it's not something that you can put back in the bottle. You can't put that genie back in the bottle. And so, I don't know, I fear the future of America for the next few years. I see a rise of China. Those of you who think that China has created this virus specifically to imbalance things, I don't think so. In fact, I think that's a crazy theory. It's one of those crazy theories. But what is going to happen is, out of this chaos that has been created in America and will continue in America, regardless of Biden or Trump, China is going to take advantage of every step back and move one step forward. So it's kind of going to be a surprise benefit for China over the next couple of years. And I don't necessarily agree with it. I think that balance is always the best answer, and if one side can rise too fast because the other side has a broken leg and can't quite get their shit together, it starts to become unfair. And I don't know where that's going to lead. I don't know where this is headed. But I see a lot of problems, but I also see greater problems if Donald Trump was to have stayed in office. So I'm glad that that shift has happened. I don't know how long it's going to take for things to normalize. I am very fearful. Oh, I was going to say the theory. So if the news was to come out that Russia, in its supreme intelligence, figured out a way to slant the votes in its system so imbalanced to have made Donald Trump look like he got as many votes as he did, and in reality he only got, say, 10 or 20% of the votes that were given, I would probably say, oh, that makes sense. but I don't think so. I think that's obviously just me spouting garbage. But I have a weird concern with how many people could have voted for such an obvious buffoon and criminal. Hello. Hello. He's going to be running a marathon later, I think. I should be running that marathon. That'd be fun. Anyways, I know you guys, some of you like Trump. I don't understand it, but it's a free country. You can do whatever you want in America. In the free world, you can believe whatever you want. I personally think Donald Trump is a buffoon, very lucky due to his finances, very stupid according to his decisions, and you can tell by the amount of times he's lost money on projects that he's just dumb and a fool. And America has put half of the population in this fool's pocket. I walk around here in China, and most people, when I walk up to them, I say I'm American. I say, "What do you think of Trump?" I says, "I didn't vote for him." And then they instantly look at me with a little bit extra respect. Donald Trump tai fung lo, they'll say. Trump tai fung lo. It's crazy. Donald Trump's crazy. Hello. And I agree. And I say, I have a lot of friends out there that like Donald Trump even to this day. I don't know if by the time this video comes out and he's made a mockery of whatever remains in American democracy, but I don't know how much it would take to change the mind of a lot of those guys. Very, very sad indeed. Very sad state of things. Anyways, I just wanted to talk a little bit about my thoughts regarding this. I think that America is in store for a very, very, very rough time. And it makes me sad because I love my country, and I love a lot of people, you know, in my family and stuff who don't agree with Donald Trump, and they're all embroiled in this together, and they're all going to have to get through this. And listen, I don't like Biden at all. I was a big Bernie Sanders fan. I think America needs to take a step more towards the left and adopt some more progressive policies. But Biden is an opportunity for us to take a deep breath, get our wits about us, and continue to drive home the idea that there are certain things that are done in America that could be changed. You know, one of the things about living abroad is I see all sorts of different systems, and there's way, way better healthcare systems in a lot of other countries. There's way, way better ways to spend money than they do in America. There's way, way better ways to do elections and eliminate corruption. And why do we gotta spend so much money on elections to hire people that are gonna end up working for us? Doesn't make any sense. A lot of things don't make sense. I wish the world could start traveling, because as soon as you start traveling, you'd see how backwards a lot of these things are. And you might want to take a little bit from this country, a little bit from this country, a little bit from this country, and formulate yourself a better world, a better country. I think part of this American exceptionalism blinds us to the fact that there might be some better methods out there, and maybe we're not exceptional at everything. Donald Trump built himself on the fact that America is infallible, that it's exceptional, and you know, my dad used to say, the most important thing you can do is focus on your faults so that you can get better. If you don't, you're going to live ignorant and dumb and never improve yourself. So hopefully Biden will give us an opportunity to take a deep breath, mend our fences, and maybe build a better country. So I am very nervous. I think that you're going to have to drag him out of the White House kicking and screaming, and it's going to be a stain on the whole country. Everybody here is watching. Everybody here and around the world is watching what's happening in America, and they used to laugh, then they started like silently and awestruck, and now they're almost afraid. They don't know what's going to happen. Uncertainty. No clear direction, and certainly no country to be proud of at this moment. So maybe the only thing to be proud of is that by even the slimmest of margins, we've voted out the craziest president in American history. But we'll see. I find it very strange that there's such a long period of time between the election and the inauguration. It leaves a door wide open to burn the mother down. So let's hope that Donald Trump doesn't burn the country to the ground in order to save his own ass. And I might be wrong, but I have a feeling we can fast forward this video 3, maybe 4 years, and some of these will have come true already. And yeah, we'll see. Take it easy, guys. JaYoe, have a good one. If you want to join my Patreon, I get these videos out early on Patreon. You can see them before anybody else sees them, along with my travel videos. I have a bunch of social media stuff. Like, subscribe, share, comment. If you don't agree with me, that's okay. That's okay. The world's full of many opinions, and you might not agree with mine. You can share yours in the comments below, and have a good day. I'm leaving Xi'an today in a few hours, and we're just enjoying one last walk on the wall. It's a beautiful day in Xi'an. A beautiful day on this old wall. Have a good day. Bye-bye.